from what I see around the world, we as marketers may be fairly sophisticated in how we use digital technologies today, but that's very different from owning the technology agenda, full stop. By 2020, the role of technology, certainly from a brand and a marketing and a communications standpoint, I believe will have two attributes. One is that it will touch absolutely everything that we do, embedded in everything we do, a platform for everything we do, an enabler for everything we do in terms of the way brands interact with consumers. And observation two, that we will no longer be talking about technology. That technology will become ultimately embedded in our lives, ultimately powerful, when it actually disappears. We as marketers will increasingly think about products as ambassadors for our brands, as communications channels for us, as platforms for conversations with consumers, that in effect, it is a world in which it's not just an internet of things from the standpoint of ubiquitous sensors and the ability to measure everything. It's an internet of things in the sense of everything is capable of having a conversation with a consumer. And in that sense, the things we sell will become very important, if not primarily important, as marketing channels for everything that a brand represents, stands for, has to say in terms of values, mission, story to consumers. Commerce is going to change radically and become infinitely consumer responsive for the simple reason that our ability to test, to measure, to look at and process big data and huge amounts of information can be parsed algorithmically. I think we are not going to recognize the world based on what we know today by 2020. You go back 5, 10, 15 years, and we didn't necessarily think of marketing as science. We tended to think about marketing as art. Clearly, in a world of programmatic placement of advertising, ad exchanges, real-time bidding, all of a sudden, big data, analytics, the cloud, they've all become incredibly important to marketing. Marketing is now moving from the world of art to the world of science. To be able to manage technology in the context of a business from a marketing standpoint is something where big companies are going to need to learn to move in the ways that startups and famously agile and nimble and smaller companies have been able to move in terms of their ability to exploit all the new features and functions of technology. Gartner has famously predicted over the last few months that by 2017, chief marketing officers will have larger budgets for technology than the chief information officers or chief technology officers in their organizations. Marketers are going to have to master that for the simple reason that if they really go where it looks as if the world is going, they're going to be the czars within corporations who are actually determining the technology agenda for their brands. Are we running hard enough? I think we're just beginning to understand that this is the race that really matters, thinking 5 or 6 years out to the future.